Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary of Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of training videos for 2024, and we're going to be focused on game action from week 3. Now, before we get into our videos, I want to hit a couple things. Number one, our end of game scenarios. We continue to have blips there, and that's so critical that we're working at our best in end of game situations. So really spend time with that in your pregame. Watch this video. Ensure that we're at our absolute best at end of half, end of game situations. That's how we're remembering. A couple of administrative things. Number one, our Sport Radar gambling video that's posted on the CFO site. Make sure you review this. It's so critical. We want to protect our integrity, and this will give you some insights as to what's going on in the gambling world. And on your foul reports, it seems like a minor thing, but foul reports and your replay reports is so critical that you do a good job of getting those things accurate, because that's the data that we use to make rule changes. So let's have another great week. And with that, let's get on into our video. Our first play this week, the defense has 12 in the formation, and a player very late is going to try to get off the field. And as we see, he's still on the field at the snap, and our back judge and field judge get flags down for the substitution foul. So good job. But back judge, don't drift up as you count, and make sure you stay in proper position. And as we'll see, the slot receiver to the bottom of the formation, he's going to run a deep route, and we get caught. Back judge, stay back. Make the call for 12 from your normal position, especially if the snap is imminent. And when you read the go route angling into your left, turn to the inside, angle back, and stay out of harm's way to keep everything in front of you. And if you read it quick enough, get to the end zone and be stationary before the DPI occurs. All said, correct call for defensive pass interference. But one final point of note, all officials, let's make sure we take a second flag so we don't have to throw our hat for a very important defensive pass interference call. Play 2, we're at the end of the game, 2 seconds remaining, it's 4th down, and we're coming off a delay of game by the offense. So we know that the clock is going to start on the snap. Now, the quarterback's plan is just to drop back, run the clock out, and take a knee. But as we can clearly see, there's 1 second left on the bug clock when the quarterback takes a knee, even though the clock goes on down to 0. So replay, when you see this, immediately get on the O-to-O and have the crew hold the teams in place as we review it. And this would warrant a stoppage because we can see that the defense is behind by only 3 points. And with it being 4th down and the ball going over, we need to put the 1 second back on the clock. Now, we want the producer to superimpose the real clock for review, but unfortunately, we understand that we couldn't get in touch with the producer. So ultimately, we had to use the bug clock, and this created a situation where we took more time with this than we probably needed to. But we took a couple minutes before we stopped the game, almost 3 minutes to review, and then took another minute to get everyone back in their team area for the last play, which TV misses because they were already gone. So replay. Let's make sure when we have this type situation that we immediately stop everybody, hold them in their team area until we can get the review done. Play 3, it's 4th down, less than a yard, and the line to gain is right at the 1 yard line. Now, the offense is going to run the quarterback sneak. Backfield players try to push the runner forward, which we all know is legal. It's very tight. Eventually, we rule the play dead. The defense rips the dead ball out, so no issue there. And we spot the ball and we measure for the first down, knowing that we have a flag down for a dead ball foul. And as you can see, the offense makes the line to gain by the nose of the football, and now we've got to deal with the dead ball foul. And so as we can see, number 72 of the offense, he grabs and rips a defender out of the pile and throws him down. And by rule, we know that after the ball is dead, using forcible contact to push or pull an opponent off the pile is an automatic unsportsmanlike conduct foul. So the offense made the line to gain. The dead ball foul is going to move the ball back 15 yards to the 16. But we know by rule that the penalty for any dead ball foul that occurs after the series ends and before the ball is made ready for play, the penalty will be completed before the new line to gain is established. So it's 1st and 10 here. We actually set it up as 1st and goal. We're going to catch it after 1st down and get it corrected, but we need to get this up front. So crew, let's make sure that we communicate to one another on down and distance. Play 4, we're late in the half, and the runner's going to make the line to gain, but he doesn't get out of bounds. The clock is stopped for the 1st down at 17 seconds, and we know that it's a temporary stop, and we're going to start it back when the ball is ready for play. Now, we see the umpire hustling in to get the ball back in play, but the clock is going to start while he's still running in. And finally, he gets the ball down, steps away, and the offense probably loses 4 to 5 seconds here. We've had these end of half situations before on our training videos. Referees, we must concentrate here. Don't just fall into the habit of starting the clock. When time matters, make sure the ball is ready before we start the clock. Let's be good in these end of half situations. Play 5 is an illustration of one of our rule changes for 2024. And as we watch the play, the quarterback, he drops back, he's going to step up, throw downfield. The ball is going to be intercepted and returned back for a touchdown. And before the rule change, a horse collar tackle was not a foul if it happened inside the tackle box. But from a player safety standpoint, now we all know it's a foul if the horse collar action happens anywhere on the field. And as we see the play develop and the quarterback steps up, the defender grabs the inside back collar of the quarterback's jersey and abruptly, and that's the key word, abruptly pulls him down. This is a correct call for horse collar tackle. And the crew did a good job here, and it's important to note that the foul occurs before the change of possession. So the offense is going to keep the ball, and the 15-yard penalty for the horse collar tackle will be enforced from the previous spot and carries an automatic 1st down. Play 6 is a 2-play vignette on pre-snap actions, which is one of our points of emphasis for 2024. And new rule language this year makes it clear that movement simulating action at the snap by either team, the offense or defense, is a foul. And so what we're going to see on the first play, the defense is going to stem, and number 35, as he shifts, he pumps his arms, simulating the start of a play. And from the end zone view, we can see that this is coordinated action as the linebacker, number 18, he gives a hard count, and the defensive line shifts. And this was a foul properly called on the defense for delay of game. Our wing official communicates to the head coach about the foul, and the head coach is going to talk to one of his assistants about the arm pumps. And so good job there. And another play from the game, we see that the defense shifts again, but this shift does not simulate action at the snap. And there's going to be a slight flinch by the snapper, so the foul is on the offense here for a false start. These differences are subtle, and ultimately it's a judgment by you on the field, but the point of emphasis is designed to get a fair and clean start to our play. Play 7, we have a punt, and the receiver, and we see some arm movement, but he's going to make the catch at the -42. He has a nice return down to about the 35-yard line. Now, we immediately see a coach on the sideline motioning to the officials about a potential signal. And as we go back and take a look at the end zone view, we see that number 2's hand, it goes up above the shoulders. And if we have the arm or hand up above the shoulders or any waving motion, we should shut this play down as an invalid fair catch signal. No return by the receiving team, and the ball would be dead where caught by number 2. Now, these signals can happen fast, so let's stay alert, especially back judge, really all 3 deeps that have responsibility for fair catch signals. And also, don't forget replay. You can evaluate this signal, and if we have waving motion or an invalid fair catch signal, you can stop the game. Our last play this week, the quarterback drops back, throws to the corner of the end zone, and we get our hatless side judge and back judge going up with touchdown. Now, with the hat off, we know that the receiver went out of bounds. And as we go back and take a look, we see that the inside receiver to the bottom of the formation, he runs an out and up. And as he breaks downfield, he's forced out by the defender. And if he's forced out by contact by an opponent, he can come back in and legally make the catch. And as we see here, as number 6 catches the ball, he gets firm control, and it looks like his left knee hits down inbounds, and we rule touchdown. So replay is going to stop to take a look at this play, And when the player's forced out of bounds, we know they can come back in and make the catch, but they must reestablish in bounds before touching the ball. And even though the player caught the ball and got the knee down, they did not reestablish in bounds. We can see that last step is out of bounds. And so replay comes in and makes this an incomplete pass. Good job, replay. Well, that's it for our plays this week. Now let's get ready to go to work. We want quality fouls, make it be there, nothing technical. And let's discuss all end of half, end of game situations. And let's work hard to be excellent as a crew when the game is on the line. Great communications, use your winning words, be good dead ball officials. So important, especially as we work into more conference play. And as always, display your integrity, courage, and poise. Best of luck to all.